It's 2000. You drive 15 minutes in the rain. You walk into a brightly lit store smelling of popcorn and plastic cases. You scan the aisles, only to find Titanic is out of stock, again. You sigh, grab the mask instead, and forget to return it. 2 weeks later, a $40 late fee. This wasn't just inconvenience. This was Blockbuster's business model, and its fatal flaw. At its peak, Blockbuster operated over 9,000 stores worldwide, employed 84,000 people, and generated nearly $6 billion in annual revenue. It dominated home entertainment for 2 decades, not because it offered the best experience, but because it was the only option. Its success was built on 3 pillars: 1, physical scale, stores in every suburban strip mall; 2, inventory control, new releases stocked heavily; 3, late fees, which, ironically, accounted for up to 16% of total revenue in some years. But convenience has an expiration date, and in 1997, a tiny startup in California mailed its first DVD in a red envelope and quietly rewrote the rules. Netflix didn't start with streaming. It began as a DVD by mail subscription service. No late fees, unlimited rentals, flat monthly price. Simple, fair, revolutionary. In 2000, Reed Hastings famously offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, reportedly laughed and declined. Why? Because Blockbuster saw Netflix as a niche mail-order curiosity, not a threat. But Netflix saw something Blockbuster couldn't. Customer pain points were opportunities, not revenue streams. Convenience beats selection. When you can queue 100 movies from your couch, 10,000 physical titles mean little. Predictability, surprise. No more drive, no more disappointment, no more guilt. In 2007, Netflix launched streaming, initially as a free add-on to DVD plans. At the time, video quality was low, broadband was spotty, but the idea was perfect. Instant access, zero friction. Blockbuster? In 2004, it launched Blockbuster Online. Too late, too clunky. In 2010, it finally introduced streaming. But by then, Netflix had 20 million subscribers and a recommendation algorithm that knew your taste better than your best friend. Meanwhile, Blockbuster was bleeding. 2007, $1 billion in late fees, but customer resentment was soaring. 2009, Blockbuster Online required in-store returns, defeating the entire purpose. 2010, after rejecting a partnership with Netflix in 2000, they paid $320 million to buy a failing streaming competitor, MovieLink, and rebranded it awkwardly. This wasn't just about technology. It was about organizational DNA. Blockbuster was optimized for store-level profit, managers rewarded for late fees and upsells. Netflix was optimized for customer lifetime value, every decision asked. Does this make the experience better tomorrow? When Viacom sold Blockbuster in 2004, it loaded the company with debt. New owners pushed short-term fixes, fees, store cuts, rebranding. No long-term vision. Netflix, meanwhile, invested in data, in UX, in original content, launching House of Cards in 2013, just as Blockbuster filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2010 and closed its last U.S. store in 2013. Blockbuster didn't fail because Netflix existed. It failed because it confused dominance with invincibility. It failed because it saw customers as revenue sources, not people solving problems. And it failed because innovation isn't about having the biggest store. It's about asking the right question. What do people wish existed? Netflix answered it. Blockbuster ignored it. And today, that red envelope is a museum piece. But the lesson? It's still streaming, live, in every industry. The future belongs not to those who predict it, but to those who design for it.